What's up, y'all? Director O's here with Just Create the Brand. Welcome back to the channel. For the people who are new, welcome. And for the people who've been here before, good to see y'all again. So what's up, y'all? Today, we'll be talking about a very inexpensive way to create a sandbag like this using a couple items from Home Depot. All right? So, if you guys don't know, or if you do, sandbags are the unsung heroes of production sets, or one of the unsung heroes of production sets, because there are a lot of intricate pieces that go into it. But I say that to say that sandbags are essential because they serve multiple purposes on set. Some of the key tasks that sandbags serves on set are weighing down your lighting equipment, weighing down backdrops. They can weigh down electrical cords or wires to just make sure that you have a safe environment when people are walking around on set, and a multitude of other purposes that they serve as well too on set, whether your set be an indoor or an outdoor set. But for today's video, we'll be talking about sandbags being used for the purpose of weighing down lighting equipment. So, if you've purchased a C-stand before or not, you know that once you purchase a C-stand, it comes with a sandbag pouch. But the sand does not come with it. So what happens is they send you an empty pouch and the pouch has 2 slits in it. Well, then you have to create your own type of sandbag or weighted mechanism that goes inside of it, and then you use that to put on your C-stand, and that's how you use the sandbag properly. Usually when you do any type of lighting rig on a C-stand, it's usually top heavy. So when I say top heavy, that means that the weight, majority of the weight is distributed towards either the front of the C-stand or at the top, which causes the weight to be unbalanced. And so what you do is you either use a weight or a sandbag to balance the distribution of weight so that then your C-stand doesn't topple over. One of the fastest ways to look unprofessional on set is to have your equipment either falling over or falling on the talent. So usually when you're doing a lighting setup using your C-stand, it's usually top heavy. So if you ever hear a reference of something being top heavy, then that means that the weight is usually distributed towards the top or it's towards the front, which is causing the weight to be leaned forward. So what you have to do is you have to use a C-stand or a weight towards the back side of it to balance it out to have an equal distribution. So what the sandbag does is it serves as a balancing act for the C-stand. And one of the fastest ways that you can look unprofessional on set is if you're having your equipment fall over or fall on the talent because you didn't properly distribute the weight with your equipment and now it's toppling it over. Or if you're outside and you don't put the weight on the C-stand and then you have a gust of wind coming in and now the wind is blowing over your equipment because you didn't properly weigh it down. So in today's video, I'll be taking you along with me to Home Depot. I'll be showing you all of the items that you need to create your sandbags, and also I'll be showing you a step-by-step process on how to properly put your sandbag together from beginning to end so that you can get a finished product like this. Now, as a disclaimer, there are a multitude of stores that you can use to get these items from. You don't have to go to Home Depot. You can go to Walmart, you can go to a convenience store, but out of the items that I show you later on in the video, no matter where you get them from, they all can serve the same purpose. What this is going to be is this is going to be an inexpensive DIY version of how you could create your own sandbags. And depending on how many sandbags you are trying to make or how big the pouch is that you're trying to fill, it's all contingent on whatever you're trying to do. I'm just giving you the formula on how you can do it yourself at home, okay? All right, so let's get into the video and we're gonna start off by going to Home Depot. All right, so we leave the crib, headed to Home Depot, looking outside, trying to make sure it don't rain, because if you live in Atlanta, then you know that you could get all 4 seasons in one day, and you come outside and it be snowing. So you just never know. So yeah, I'm just trying to make sure I'm good. I get in the whip, we get to Home Depot, so now I'm getting ready to pull in, find me a parking spot so we can go inside and find this sand. Alright, so now we just pulled up to Home Depot because we're coming to get the sandbags. And like I've already stated previously, you don't have to go to Home Depot to get the sand. You can order it off Amazon. I think Walmart has sand as well too. Home Depot was the closest place for me. It's not that far from my house. So I just pulled up to Home Depot to just see what options they have. I looked online and they have two types of sand. When we get in there, I'll figure out the name of it and show you all the information on the sand. But they were relatively inexpensive. One bag of sand, I think it was a 5-pound bag of sand, it was like $4.96. So, like I said, this is a very cheap and DIY way of creating your own sandbags because it's something that's very simple and you don't need a lot of effort or money to make it. Alright, so we about to go inside, about to go see what the sand looking like, and y'all just follow me, let's get into it. Alright, so we off. It's ugly outside. I was walking up, this lady had her dog. He kind of mean-mugged me. I ain't want no smoke, so I just kept it moving. I end up getting inside. I'm walking towards the back, and this part, the camera really wasn't in focus, so I said, you know what, I'll just do a voiceover and call it a day. But I was right here. I was just talking about how the older you get, you kind of find yourself at Home Depot a little bit more regularly than you expect. So, yeah. They said aisle 27, but I don't think this is aisle 27. But here is sand. So they have play sand here. It's $4. So you want to go for the premium play sand. It's only $4.96, and it comes in a 50-pound bag. I said 5-pound bag earlier, but it comes in a 50-pound bag. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab one of these, and we are going to go to the front, pay for it. I ain't gonna lie to you, I didn't think about this. I was too busy vlogging, and I need a cart. Cause I mean, yeah, I could carry 50 pounds sand, but then having it and vlogging with a camera in your hand, that's a bit much. So let me go get a cart so that I can put the sand in there. Then we can figure out the next step. And so what you want to do is, once you get the 50-pound bag of sand, you can use Ziploc bags, or whatever bag of your preference that fits into your bag. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Ziploc bag, fill it with sand, and then I'm going to wrap that bag with duct tape, just to make sure that the sand doesn't come out of the bag, or there's a hole or anything. You don't have sand everywhere. I'm from Florida. I'm not a sand person. That's why I don't go to the beach like that. But we should see. Because sand get everywhere. Once sand get on you, it's all on your feet. It's everywhere. So we are going to look for some duct tape. And we are going to get a cart for the sand. It's pretty funny too. Like, whenever you vlogging, people always try to figure out what you're doing, why you got a camera in your hand. But it's my life. It's how I make my living. So I'm going to go out this way. I need to get a cart so that they... Yeah.
I want to say hi. Do I look cute enough?
Of course. Say what's up. Hold on. You gotta let the people know who you are.
I am Pretty Girl Diamond on Instagram.
All right, we gonna tag up below. All right. Oh. Okay, I got you.
Y'all better go follow my YouTube at iHeartLeave.
All right, and you gotta give it to me so I can tag you below.
Yes. For sure.
So it's JustCreateTheBrand.
The brand? Gotcha.
So that's my production company.
Okay.
So right now I'm doing a YouTube video teaching people how to make their own sandbags, so that then when you put on your light stand, it don't fall over.
Okay.
So.
Like how they do for like kids basketball ropes?
Yeah.
Oh.
So pretty much what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the 50-pound bag of play sand, put it in a Ziploc bag, duct tape the bag, and then they have like bags that you put the sand in, and then you put that at the bottom of your lights. So
I like that. Y'all thick?
just
I
trying.
like that.
And this is the young lady that helped me find the sand.
Yeah.
All right, gotcha.
Alright, see you later. I'm excited for your video. I love the camera.
I'm trying to get more and more comfortable with walking around with it.
You look like a pro. You doing pretty good. I know it can be like awkward, like people just looking at you.
Yeah, they be like, "What are you doing?"
They don't know.
They don't know what's
They
going
don't
on.
get it. We get it.
I appreciate the support. Look at her, shout out.
Y'all like, comment, subscribe.
See, I ain't gonna lie. If you just come out here and do it, then you find that the world they look out for you. So it's funny because I'm very shy with the camera, but hey, I put my mic on. I came to Home Depot. I'm doing my video on how to create a sandbag. And it's simple videos too. Like when I first started, I was trying to overcomplicate the videos that I did, realizing that you could teach people anything. So what I'm doing is I'm just coming up with things that I do on a day-to-day basis, and I am teaching people how to do it. So it's fun because, you know, the older people, they look at you like, what is he doing? But the millennials, the people of our age, they be like, oh, you vlogging? Shout out to the vlog. So it's cool. All right. Now, it'll be right past the roofing. And once you get past the roofing, you're going to see the gravel, the sand, and all of those things. I don't know what happened to my mic, but for this part of the video, we're going to go voiceover game. Once you get to the back, you'll find your sand. This is Premier Play Sand. It comes in a 50-pound bag, and the price is only $4.96. So for $5, you could get 50 pounds of sand, and you can fill multiple bags of sand with it. When you order a light or a C-stand, usually a C-stand, they come with a bag that has 2 insert pouches that you could put sandbags in. So even though the C-stand says sandbags included, the sandbags do not come with sand actually in it. They just send you a bag carrier that you have to put sand in. I'm going to show you a very inexpensive way to fill those bags, and depending on how many bags you have, there should be more than enough sand left over to save for some future sandbags. So here you can see me looking for a sandbag that wasn't punctured or leaking any sand, because I would hate to grab the bag and it's leaking sand, and then now I got it in my car, I got it in my house. So just make sure you get a bag that don't have a hole in it, and do yourself a favor. So now that I have the sandbag, we're gonna go to the next item on the list, and that will be the duct tape. Okay, so aisle 50.
Yep, base 1.
Okay, so that'll be
It's back that way.
that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
When you look up, you're going to see paint. The paint is to your right, but just continue going straight. Don't turn right. Just continue going straight.
Okay, all the way back.
Yeah.
Okay. So you want to come to aisle 50. This is where you gonna find the tape. So let's see, what's this? We have Gorilla Tape. We tried that. We use Gorilla Tape. They have traditional duct tape. I'm gonna go with this one. This is tape I'm gonna go with just because I want to ensure that the bag doesn't come loose. So the 2 items that you want to have is you want to have your tape and you want to have your sand. So now, and if you don't have Gorilla Tape, you can use your traditional duct tape as well. Your traditional duct tape is $6.98. So very inexpensive. hope I'm in focus because I don't know if I am, but if I'm not, y'all get the point. It is what it is at this point. Okay? I did what I needed to do. Dang, I hope that part what I was saying that I was in focus, but we'll see when we get home. Part of it wasn't in focus, I just checked, but whatever. It is what it is. So, we got the sand, we got the duct tape. I don't think I need anything else. So we about to go check it out, and then we're gonna go home, fill these sandbags up, and figure out how we want to do this. And plus I'm trying to fill these sandbags up before it gets too dark. Hello. I go to anyone? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you for shopping at the Home Depot.
Came to 1902, but that's only because I got an expensive, the duct tape was $12. I just wanted to go with a more sturdier duct tape, but you get duct tape for $6. So it just depends on your budget and how sturdy you want to make your bags. Of course, it's ugly out here and it's gonna start drizzling soon as I want to pick a day to record a vlog. So that was it. So we out. We done with the Home Depot trip. Now we are headed back to the crib to put the sand in the sandbags, and I can transition into phase 2 of the video. Now, tell me why I get all the way to the car and I leave the tape in the store. Vlogging, boy, you gotta have your head on the swivel because you will leave something, you'll lose something. But it is what it is at this point. I left my tape. Yeah, it's a full-time job. So I have my own production company, and I'm doing a YouTube video on teaching people how to make their own sandbags for production. So I'm showing them an inexpensive way so that they can make their own sandbags. So it's pretty cool. This is like my child. I walk around with it everywhere. Okay, and we're off. Secured the bag. I have secured the bag. All right, so here are the 3 main items that you need to make your sandbags. Okay, so the first part is the sandbag. This is the sandbag that comes with the C-stand. As you can see, there's no sand that comes with it. That's the part that we're gonna do today. We're gonna fill it up. So it comes with 2 pouches on each side, and then from there you fill it up, and that's how you have your sandbag. All right, so the next thing that you're gonna need is storage bags. I went with the quart size bag from Publix. They don't have to be from Publix. You can get them from your dollar store or just any convenience store that provides sandwich bags. And from there, as you can see, I went with the zip top, but you could go with the press top as well. Just something that you're able to put sand in and that fits in your sandbag. All right, so now the third and final item that you'll need is the Gorilla Tape. I went with all weather Gorilla Tape just to ensure that the tape sticks to the bag and that no sand leaks out. Okay, so now that I have all of my items, you want to take your sandbag, preferably do this outside or on your porch somewhere so that you don't get sand inside your house. If you are going to do it inside the house, I suggest you put a bag or a tarp down so that you can easily get rid of the sand when you get done. As you can see, I also used an old measuring cup to just scoop the sand. You could use whatever utensil you prefer to scoop up the sand. You know, I just went with something that'll be a little bit easier for me. And I'm taking the sand and I'm putting it in the bag and I'm filling it up to the top. As you put the sand in, you do want to shake your bag just to, make sure that you get the sand leveled and you're not overfilling the bag. As you can see right there, I semi-overfilled the bag just a little bit. But when you put too much sand in the bag, then the zip at the top doesn't necessarily close all the way. So just be mindful of that you don't want to overfill your bag with sand. You just want to put enough in there, because if you need to just put extra bags of sand into your sandbag, then it'll be easier if you make smaller bags and do it that way, then versus you making this one big sandbag and it's actually not big enough for what you need. And then all of a sudden you want to put another sandbag in there and now the bag doesn't fit because you have 2 large sandbags rather than go with 2 smaller sandbags that'll fit inside, which is actually what I did. You'll see once I get to the end of the video that I did put a sandbag inside of the bag, but then off camera I went back and I put another sandbag in there just to add a little additional weight. So what you're going to do is you're going to start wrapping your tape around your sandbag after you put the sand in it. And this is a very important step as well too. You want to make sure that you regularly sweep the additional sand away, because what happens is as you're wrapping the tape around the sandbag, if you don't sweep away the additional sand, the sand will get on the tape and it will cause the tape not to stick to the sandbags. And so that's just something that you want to be mindful of. But after that, you continue the process, and what you want to do is you want to make sure that the tape is around the whole Ziploc bag from every corner. You want to make sure that the tape is wrapped around the whole thing so that even if something sharp sticks it won't puncture the tape. And even if the tape is punctured, it won't go through to where it gets to the sandbag and then the sandbag starts to leak sand. All right, so as you can see, I'm continuing to wrap the sandbag. I'm going around, and once you get all the corners wrapped with tape, then what you want to do is you just want to press it down and you want to get it in a flat square brick. Yeah, I was over here, getting my Gucci man on, so I had to get it together. But as you can see, I finished it, I pressed it down, and then you get this square. So then you take that, you put it into your slit, and that'll be one side of your sandbag. So as you can see, there was a little space at the top. That's where I went back and put an additional sandbag. But just for this example, I wanted to show you guys how the process works. So now I'm getting ready to fill the other side of the sandbag. So it's just rinse and repeat, and pretty much this is the process. So you'll do the same thing for as many ever sandbags as you need to fill. I'm going through the process. I have my young scoot on, so you feel me, I'm in the mood. I don't know, my neighbors probably thought I was crazy out there. I'm filling up sand in the bag like it's bricks, but hey man, you gotta have an imagination sometimes. So as you can see, I'm shaking the bag to just get the sand level, to just make sure that I'm not overfilling it. Once again, now boom, here we go. I do the Ziploc across the top. And a good rule of thumb is if the Ziploc across the top doesn't zip properly, then you usually have too much sand. So just keep that in mind. It should close properly. But even if it doesn't close properly, you just do what I did right there. You take the piece of tape, you put it over the part that's not zipped, and you just want to wrap it around at the top to just ensure that no sand is leaking, because it's going to be hard to wrap as you flip the sandbag over and over with the tape if there is holes at the top. So you just want to do that to just make sure that no sand is leaking out. And like I said, you rinse and repeat. You cut as you need. And you might have to wrap the tape around the sandbag multiple ways. Here I go again, sweeping up the sand because some of the sand was getting on the tape. And from there, you just wrap around, wrap all the way until every part of the sandbag is covered. And once every part of the sandbag is covered, then you're going to get your sandbag. You're going to get your square brick. So the goal is to get your square brick. I had to change up the vibes a little bit, still getting my Gucci man, scoot on. So here we go. I'm wrapping it up. And you also want to squeeze it. You also want to squeeze it into that square as you wrap, because what it is the sand is moving around as you're squeezing it with the tape. So it kind of is creating a shape of its own. So what you want to do is you just want to mold it to your liking, because also too, the goal is to get it to fit in the bag. So that's why you want to get it in that square shape, so that you can just easily insert it into the sandbag pouch. And you don't have to have any additional adjustments made to the sandbag. So now you can see me putting tape on the corners. The corners are always going to be a little funky, just because of the way that the duct tape lays, but you don't necessarily have to worry about that. It doesn't have to be perfect, just long as tape is around it and you get your square, and it looks just like that. Then now you're going to take that, you're going to insert it in the other side of the pouch. And from there, both sides of the pouch comes with a Velcro strip. So once you put it in, you fasten your Velcro strip, and there you have it. Now you have your sandbags, and depending on how many sandbags you need, you just rinse and repeat, and that's the process. So there you go. That's how you make your sandbags.